You always think of the best comeback afterwards, don't you?
Yes.
And then you go away and you'll be like making a coffee and you'll be like, oh, I should have said that.
How do we deal with swearing?
As you know, I love a swear. And you can't censor yourself all the time.
Now, I think that bribery is an essential parenting tool. Hello and welcome to I'm Not Judging, but the podcast where we, three mums of school-aged kids, dive into the hilarious, chaotic and sometimes questionable world of modern parenting. I'm Briony May Williams.
And I'm Charlie Fuge.
And I'm Vix Wilshire.
Hey, lovely ladies.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Hey, you okay?
Hi. How were your weeks, Charlie?
Good. Survived the school run this morning. Goodness me. It was like every single season in that 1 hour, wasn't it?
Yeah, you feel like you're really walking against it, aren't you, at the moment? She nearly blew off on her scooter. Fat pie.
Wind powered all the way to school. Well, it was Nora's party at the weekend. I now know what a pamper disco looks like.
Yes.
It went really, really well. Nora had the best time. We had a DJ who's 13. He's invested all this money.
That's amazing.
To set up his own DJ business. And he came, he was so good. I sent him Nora's playlist, which was basically K-pop Demon Hunters.
Of course.
He was brilliant and all the girls loved him. They were like up on the stage, dancing in front of the DJ booth. Because we hired like the local village hall. One of my friends, Annie, was doing the hair, much to Charlotte's delight because she didn't have to do it this year.
Off.
3 hours she stood there plaiting
I love her.
the girl's
It looked
hair.
great.
I was worried she was going to get
Her poor
repetitive
little
stricken
hands.
injury. Yes, like that after. Like, and then I got them these glitter freckles from Amazon, like
I
Tay
want
Tay.
some.
Yes.
They were so good. So I put them on before the party started, and all the girls were like, "Can we have some?" I was like, "Yeah." So I was basically just glitter tattooing
Lush.
all the girls. So, I didn't get anyone in to do the pampering
Yeah.
bit because I don't think, I didn't think that was the main part of the
Yeah.
And they had so much fun. The funniest
best
bit though
time.
was this one girl, at one point, she'd managed to get hold. I didn't realise I'd left some pots of glitter in one of the boxes with the nail varnish in, right? And there was no glue or anything. So I was like, well, they can't do anything with it. We'll just, hopefully they'll just leave that alone. Anyway, she turned round at one point and she had
She
a
covered.
glitter moustache.
Oh, amazing.
And then just glitter all over her face, plus the glitter freckles. And she was just dancing, just having the best time of her life. I was like, are you all right? And I was just giggling with her. I was like, you all right? She was like, yeah, my gymnastics teacher's going to tell me off later for all the glitter, but I don't care.
I love that.
Love that.
She was just living her best
Glitter gets
life.
everywhere, doesn't
But I
it?
still don't know how she attached the glitter to her face because there was no
Sweat
glue. We also had a little quiet room that my mum was in for the girls who didn't want it, who found it a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
And Nora's
That's
two
such a
little
good
cousins
idea.
came as well. And they're only like 3 and 1. So they came and they were sat in there and all the girls were doting on it. It was really nice. So it felt like the perfect party and they had a great time.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, you survived.
Thank you.
Well
I
done.
survived.
You survived.
Now, Charles, you've got an amazing story about a birthday party that still just makes me howl every
It's put me on
time.
birthday parties for life, guys, honestly. So the kids were young and I was like knee deep in potty training and we'd been invited to this soft play party. Okay. Now, the mums of this soft play party were all like NCT friends. So they were really close knit. They all knew each other. I arrive with the kids. Off they go onto the soft play. You know what's coming, don't you? I haven't taken them for a wee beforehand. So I've got a coffee in my hand, the gifts on the gift table, everyone's having a great time. And there's like this swing bridge that everyone's sat under, right? Like all the mums, gift table, all the coffees.
Relaxing,
chillaxing. And then all of a sudden, one of the mums is like, oh, what's that? Oh, looks up. And I just see my kids. And she is like, Mama, running across this swing bridge, rope bridge thing, weeing. on everyone. So it was in their hair, the mum's hair, in their coffees, on the gift table. I was like, oh my God. I scaled that soft plate, grabbed her up. I was like, oh my God. But by then it was too late. We coffees all round.
Oh my God. It was so, I remember you calling me afterwards and being like, oh, Bright, it went in their tea.
Didn't make the friendship group, guys.
Did you not?
Were you phased out immediately afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh God. And Vix, how's your week been? We've been like some tricky bedtimes going on.
Yes, just a bit. Bless them. I'd like to say I'm very patient, and I've got good patience all day, and then we kind of hit about 6:30 and I'm drained, and I'm like, why now do you need to tell me a Titanic length story? Just go to bed. But oh no, I mean, it just sometimes, you know what it's like, you're just like, I am done. So I'm either like, I'm just Matt, I'm tapping out, take them to bed.
Absolutely.
Tag, you're it.
Tag, you're it. But like, oh, you know what they're like. Well, we're all a bit like it when we go to bed and your mind just starts whirling. And, you know, it's just part of being a parent. But yeah, sometimes I just hide. I'm like, oh, did I miss bedtime? Okay.
It's just so hard because some days you've really got it, haven't you? And you're just there with all the patience in the world. But then sometimes you're like, the cup's on empty and I can't pour, you know?
Yes.
And you're like...
And then you feel that guilt as well, though, don't you? Because I'm like, oh, I don't want my frustration being the last thing they think about when they go to bed.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to give you a full body massage and sing you a song. I've already done 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I just want you to go to sleep.
Please.
Please.
Ladies, overheard in the playground. Each week, we'll lift the lid on something we've overheard in the playground. You know those times when you can't quite believe what you've heard. It's basically gossip. So, Vix, you seem to have your ear to the ground at the moment, always. What did you hear this week?
Yeah, I'm doing a Charlotte, aren't I? Ear to the ground.
Ear to the ground.
So a friend of mine was chatting to another mum. They've got similar age kids starting reception, and it's quite a new friendship, so they're just kind of, you know, in the early days. And they were talking about the settling in period, you know, when they first start, and then they're in for like an hour randomly, 2 hours, and it goes on for about 3 weeks. So, and it's great. It's great for the kids to get settled in, great for the teachers to get used to everything. And my friend made a comment of, yeah, but it's, you know, it's such a nightmare, like when you're working, trying to balance it and everything and organise everything. And this woman's response was, yeah, but the kids come first. I know. I was like, oh, talk about unhelpful. I think. I'm not judging, but I think that's really unhelpful. I just think when you're already stressed about
you don't need somebody to reaffirm that.
Like, of course, yes, to reaffirm it. And also, like, we're all trying our best. We're like, a lot of us have to work, and it is a juggle, and you don't need somebody kind of adding to that already kind of level of guilt and shame about leaving your kids at times, you know? So,
How did your friend react?
So she kind of just was like, oh, yeah, you know, kind of didn't, just like, I suppose a little bit of shock, I suppose. But then I expect afterwards, well, I know what she said to me afterwards anyway.
That one's for the circle of trust.
Circle of trust, I shall say nothing, mentioning no names.
Oh, no, that's really unhelpful. Like,
it is.
Of course the kids come first, but also we are allowed to be stressed or, you know, have situations like that. You know, it can affect you, especially like you say, if you've got a full-time job or you're juggling loads of different things and it's just a bit much.
I totally agree. And I also think that actually being a working parent is still doing that for your kids. So it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be viewed as, I mean, we're not working for the shits and the gigs, are you? Do you know what I mean? You're working to provide for your family. So there is putting your kids
Absolutely.
first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The wise one speaks again.
Little Yoda up there.
Little Yoda.
but always with
owl.
these things, I just think, you know what? You always think of the best comeback afterwards, don't you? Because like at the time, you're like, that made me feel really shit. And then you go away and you'll be like making a coffee and you'll be like, I fucking should have said that. And then you'll be like washing your hand. You'll be like, I've got the best snapback for that. Too late.
We should normalise going back in.
Yeah. You know that thing you said 5 days ago?
Follow well. I'm ready now. Say it again.
Whenever somebody says a bad comment, you should just be like, TBC.
3 to 5 business working days.
Kind regards. Yeah.
Oh God, I really needed that TBC when I had an incident with a mum at Nora's old school. It's that kind of a similar thing to your friends, Vic, in that when someone says something to you and you almost go into ultra polite mode and you start apologising for something, even though it's actually them that's got the problem.
Oh, yeah.
So Nora had been making friends with this girl in choir and Nora really wanted to have a play date with her. And I was like, yeah, of course. Anyway, managed to get the mum's number. Was messaging the mum saying, we'd love to get so-and-so over for a play date at some point. And she kept sort of putting me off. And I was like, oh, right, okay, weird, but whatever. I asked her a few times. She came back with a few excuses that just seemed a little bit, and Nora kept saying, when's she going to come over? Anyway, so I was leaving school one day and the mum came and sort of chased after me. She was like, Briony, can I just talk to you for a sec? I was like, yeah, sure, what's going on? So I just wanted to explain why so-and-so hasn't come over for a play date. She's really scared of your hand, my little hand. And I was like, what? As in my hand, because I was born without any fingers on my left hand. And I was like, anyway, in my head, I was so surprised by what she said. She said, it makes her really uncomfortable. So she just doesn't feel like she can come around to your house because she's really scared of it. And I went into ultra kind of apologetic, polite mode because it shocked me so much that she was saying this to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe Nora could come to you.
Babe.
And afterwards I was like, I don't want Nora going to their house if this is the kind of attitude they're raising. And I was like, well, maybe I could, come into the school and do some education on disability and so. And I was trying to, resolve this problem. And afterwards,
which wasn't your problem.
I know,
it's
not
her
your
problem. And it really upset me because I thought, at the time I was nearly 40 and I thought, those kind of conversations or not even conversations, that kind of response, she thought she was being honest and helpful by telling me what was going on. But I didn't need to know that. That is her problem with her child. It is her responsibility to educate her child about
100%,
disability.
100%, yeah.
Why, it doesn't matter like what situation you've got going on. If your child is scared of someone who looks different, then you need to deal with that at home. You need to make sure that they're watching loads of programs with, people who've got disabilities in, reading books where the characters have visible disabilities or described disabilities. There's just no, I'm sorry, there's no excuse.
There isn't.
For that.
I wonder what was going, like the thought process that she thought, no, this is definitely a good idea, and just offloading that responsibility onto you. Like not to even think like how that might
make you feel.
It's bizarre.
Because then I felt really guilty.
It's just because you're so lovely. And I just think that, we're all of us are the type of people where we will just not want that person to feel bad. So it's almost like going, it's okay if I feel like shit, as long as you're okay.
Yeah, at least they don't.
But then that does shift when you get older. And then actually you go, no, actually it's not okay for me to feel bad, actually. I don't want to take that on anymore. And then something does shift, I think, as you get older. And then you do feel a bit more
I think it definitely does.
That isn't okay.
I think if she said it to me, even in the last few years, I think my confidence has grown up. If she said it to me now, I'd be like, hang on a minute, actually, that's not okay. That's not an acceptable thing to say to me. And I felt so guilty because Nora wasn't having this play date. And she kept saying to me, Mummy, when are we going to have a play date? And I'd be like, I don't know if it's going to happen. And I didn't tell Nora why. because I just didn't. It made me feel so uncomfortable.
She would have been gutted.
She would have been really gutted, but she would have felt really bad for me.
Of course,
For you.
yeah.
But then
absolutely.
but then she would have felt awkward around this girl, and I didn't. It just felt a bit.
And you're having to manage all of that over one person, not educating their child about people's differences. And themselves. Yeah, absolutely.
I will tell you what. Mum was livid. Colleen was livid.
My God.
She was like, if I see her at the school gate, you better not point her out, I'll go over and have a word.
Tell her what for. Do you know what?
Go,
exactly.
Mama.
The best piece of advice I've ever had in my entire life was from my late dad. And he said it to me when I was young. And I still think of it now, and I tell my kids it now as well. And it's for people that say like an unkind comment or are like being bullied in some way. And I was moaning to him about, this. And he said to me, yeah, but you're never going to be them. So you've already won.
Yeah.
And I just was like, like you're never going to make that person, or any of that. You're not going to behave that way. You wouldn't say a comment like that. You wouldn't make somebody, feel bad. So you've already won. You're already a nice person. You're already winning. And it kind of takes away their power. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because where you might feel like angry or upset, you then just start to feel sorry for them. Almost. Do you know what I mean? And just think, actually, I just feel really sorry for you that you're walking through life making people feel really rubbish.
Yeah.
Such wise words from Adrian. And this is where you get your wisdom from.
Yeah, I know. And you passed that
on
to
I'll
us.
pass down to you.
Aww.
My other favourite one that you say that has helped me is there's, heaters and
drainers and heaters.
bit.
Now that is a Colleen. That's a Colleen one.
That's
I coined it as my
Colleen,
own, but it was
Colleen.
Colleen.
Yeah, that's a Colleen special.
I know.
Yeah, drains and heaters.
Surround yourself with good people and kind people.
Heaters
warm your life. Drainers, be gone.
Not drainers.
Send away the drains.
Send away the drains. You feel so much better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shake it out, girl.
Shake it out. Okay. Every week we like to keep you updated with what's going on in the world. Nothing too highbrow, mind. But these are still issues that are facing us on a day-to-day basis. In the paper this week, I saw an article, "Make children do the household chores. They will thank you later." The article said that putting the bins out, doing the washing up, making the beds, these are the tasks that generations of children and teenagers have been asked, ordered, and even bribed by their parents to do as part of their contribution to home life. But now, less than half of children help out at home. Are we so anxious about our children's happiness that we're not making them do anything they don't want to do anymore? Ooh, that is a big question, isn't it? Vix, do Daisy and Prim do chores?
Hell yeah. Absolutely. I think it's really, really important. I think me and Matt were discussing this the other night, and obviously we're their parents and we love them, but we all live in this home together and we need to clean it together, keep it nice together, and just help each other out as well, It just makes for a more harmonious household, and I just think it's important for them to be part of that. It's a good learning experience.
Do you pay them?
With Daisy, she's so super helpful. She's so helpful. But if I'm really busy at work, like in the holidays, I did give her an extra like £5-10 and she cleaned and dusted the whole house. But I'm like, don't half-arse it because I'm not paying you otherwise,
I will deduct.
I will. I'm like,
every cobweb that I find.
Yeah.
What about you, Charles?
So my eldest does. Because she wants the money. She wants the money for that. Biomatona. She wants the money. So yeah, but my youngest just leaves a trail of destruction in her wake. And I'm basically the Cinderella in her story. I just follow her around. Just trying my best not to trip over the mess that she's left absolutely everywhere. But yeah, I think that money is the motivator here. So with Darcy, I'm like, you can give mummy a hand massage for 5 minutes. And I'm like that. Whereas because if you do the dishwasher, I'm just going to have to redo it the way that it should be done. Control freak.
Steve's like that
control
with me.
freak, right? But she does make a bed and stuff.
Yeah, I'll pay you to be quiet for 20 minutes and not.
Oh my God.
Not say mum for half an hour. I saw this great thing on social media this week where this lady, just because she can't deal with the whole mum, constant mum thing, so she said to her kids, for the next 30 minutes, I want you to call me Barbara.
I love that.
I want you to call me, what did you say? Like something like Big Money Maker or something like really funny like nicknames. And then rather than calling a mum to have a break from the mum, they're like, Barbara, can you?
Barbara.
Or Big Money Maker, can you get me?
That reminds me of what is it, like an otter or something like that? It's like Alan. You know that animal?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. It's not Alan.
Steve. How apt.
So now, I think that bribery is an essential parenting tool. And I don't think this is a new thing. This isn't like, a 2025 thing. I'm pretty sure I was bribed as a child with sweets, money, the lot to do what I was asked to do, right? Like this isn't a new thing, is it?
No, and it's a society thing.
No.
Like you go to work to get money. Same.
Don't work for free, babes.
Yeah. Incentives all round.
Incentives. See, that's a better word than bribery.
Yeah. Yes, let's call it incentives.
But it's like when Nora was little, I'd be like, I'll give you these chocolate buttons as an incentive.
Like it.
To wee on the potty and not on a group of people in a softplay.
There we go. The incentive I needed.
I'm not judging. Not judging.
Love it.
So Steve came in with a sort of a classic Steve comment in that he was like, I don't want to pay Nora to do, the dishwasher. She should be doing that anyway. Or for tidying her room. Again, she should be doing that anyway. And to be fair, my mum has trained her quite well because she spends a lot of time at my mum's house. And from when her and her cousins were real, little toddlers, before they went home, she'd be like, right, tidy up. And they'd have to tidy up all the mess they'd made. So now they're sort of 9, 10, 11. She'll say to them, right, tidy up. And they just go and they do it because they've sort of been trained from a young age to do it. I mean, they do whine about it sometimes, but they will do it. So what Steve likes to do is rather than paying her for doing chores, he'll be like, if you read 100 pages in your book, I'll give you 50p.
She should complain. That's well under minimum wage.
I know, right? Yeah, but I can't be dealing with the whole, like when we mentioned about the tooth fairy and the £10.
No, absolutely not.
So yes, we do use incentives.
Like it.
Bribery. But I am going to use the word incentives from
Absolutely.
now on. So chores you would get them to do, what? Tidy up their room?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not pay them.
Yeah.
And not pay them?
No, that's a responsibility for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so between you and me, in this part of the show, we are welcoming our listeners into our circle of trust. Think of it as the I'm Not Judging confession booth, where you can share what you really feel about being a parent. Maybe you want to tell us about a situation that has arisen or even your own little bit of playground gossip. And we'll discuss it and offer up some unqualified advice too. So this week we've had an email come in. Isla from Birmingham writes, the other day when I picked up my son from school, he dropped his sack and then said, for fuck's sake. There were so many parents and young kids around and I was absolutely mortified. I wanted the ground to eat me up. I explained to him that was not appropriate language to be saying in the school playground. But then the following day at a play date, I heard him say it again. How bad is this? Am I over worrying? Is this not a big deal or is this horrific? And if so, how do you get a 7-year-old to stop swearing? Oh my gosh, Isla, we've all been there.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
It does happen. And as much as we may try and filter what we say around our children, they will hear it. Children hear everything, even when you think they're not listening. They are listening. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When Nora was little, she totally got me in trouble with Steve. It was her and him in the car. She was probably about 3 and they were trying to find a parking space and there was nowhere to park. I wasn't in the car with them, but Steve told me this later. She went, oh, bugger, there's nowhere to park. That's what mummy says. Oh, bugger. And Steve was like, I think you might need to check your language when you're in the car with Nora. I was like, whoopsie.
Yeah, but she doesn't go around swearing now. Do you know what I mean?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I am such a swearer as well. Like, I cannot help it. I'm such a swearer. And I thought I would get around it by doing the whole, instead of shit, saying sugar honey iced tea. And then the kids were then, when they were little, were like, sugar, honey, iced tea. And I was like, my God, not only am I teaching them how to swear, but I'm also teaching them how to spell the fucking swear word. And I was like, oh no, it's even worse.
I love it.
Vix, what about you?
Oh yeah.
How do we deal with swearing?
As you know, I love a swear. And you can't censor yourself all the time. I remember when Daisy was little, and I think she must have been about 3, and she was like playing this pony game. And I was like tidying up around her, and I just heard, for fuck's sake. And I was like, what? And but she hasn't grown up to be like a rude, sweary girl, and I never got called like to the classroom. Funnily enough, my friend, who is not a swearer at all, had that in nursery. They were like, so and so said fuck today in nursery, and she was mortified. She was on the WhatsApp group going, I honestly thought it would have been Daisy. She said, the amount you swear. She said, but no. So there we go.
I think it's like, it happens, and I don't think, like, Isla, this doesn't make you a bad mother. Like, it happens.
It does.
Do not beat yourself up about it. It doesn't mean they're going to keep doing it. Also, I think as well, sometimes when you highlight it and make a fuss out of it, that can sometimes make it worse.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Because kids pick up on it. And, you know, what about wise one? What would your advice be?
I would say it's really actually healthy to verbalise your frustration. So actually just giving an alternative word. So with my youngest, we've swapped in the sugar honey iced tea for biscuits. So when she gets frustrated, she's like, oh, biscuits. And I think that still verbalizes your frustration, but just in a different way. PC, you know, PG even.
PC,
PG.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's what I do. I go, oh, fudge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I also think it's really funny because my mum, she doesn't really swear. You've met mum. She's not a big swearer. Colleen doesn't swear really. But I bought her, she loves RuPaul's Drag Race. So I bought her a t-shirt.
I love that
says charisma, uniqueness, nerve and talent on it.
Yes.
Right. But and it's bright pink. But she wears it rocking around Westbury-on-Trim, or like picking the kids up from school, or wearing the kids. And I'm like, Mum, you do know what it says on your t-shirt? And she's like, yeah. What?
I love that t-shirt.
I love it.
I know the exact one.
I bet she wears that up John Lewis as well. Right, okay. Also, we've got a voice note.
Yay!
Guys, it's exciting.
Oh, that is exciting.
I can't say the word, anonymous voice note.
Hi girls, loving the podcast. It's getting me through so many rainy school runs, so thank you for that. I've got a question for you guys about school WhatsApp groups, the joy. When my eldest started school, I was added to the WhatsApp group for that year group. Lovely. Kept a low profile, didn't really have much to say, didn't really have any questions. I knew when the P day was because I'd read the newsletter. But I chose to make my entrance onto that WhatsApp group by accidentally adding a message to that was intended for my sister, which was laced with expletives about how I had not managed to get a Christmas food delivery slot, which I was after. It wasn't my finest hour. There was a lot of bad language in it, and I came across as pretty angry and irrational. Have you ever put something on a school WhatsApp group by accident? Or have you ever seen someone else do that and experienced the joy of watching them frantically delete it whilst you message other friends off group to say, oh my God, can you believe they put that on the school WhatsApp group? Love to hear your thoughts and examples if you have any. And yeah, loving the podcast.
Oh,
I love that.
That is brilliant.
Thank you very much, Anonymous, for
that is
sending
amazing.
that in. I think we've all been there, haven't we?
Absolutely. And also, if I'd read her WhatsApp, I would have immediately wanted to be her friend because she sounds like my kind of person.
Absolutely.
I would have been like, this is amazing. You totally rock.
Yeah.
Have you got WhatsApp groups within your WhatsApp group? So you've got like a school WhatsApp group, then you've got your mum friends WhatsApp group.
Yeah. And everyone does, right?
Yeah. If you're not in it, you know why.
Yeah. Because someone would put it in, someone would put it in the main WhatsApp group, and then you have to go to your sub WhatsApp group to go, what are they talking about? Or why are they asking if it's PE tomorrow? Again, it's in the newsletter or whatever. You need that sub WhatsApp group to let out the frustration
There's
sometimes,
so
right?
many times within the WhatsApp group.
Don't judge me.
Judging, but I just think there's so many times where you want to say, scroll up. You know, just where people are asking the questions and I just want to reply, scroll up. It's literally the message before. It's just there. Why are you asking the same again? Scroll up.
Oh, right, Charlotte, stop being so judgmental.
I know, no judging back.
It's me.
Can we start a campaign to normalise this in school WhatsApp groups? Just being able to write, scroll up.
Without...
Or like just forwarding a message from above back into the WhatsApp group. Really passive aggressive
for me.
There's loads of TikToks where it shows you how to write an email at work, but passive aggressively. I feel like the same should apply.
Yeah.
You know, you should absolutely be able to respond in a
agree.
really nice way, but it's meaning scroll up. For sure.
I think this is why I haven't heard anything from any of the WhatsApp groups. They've set up another one, so I just don't ask the same
sending these messages,
questions.
Vicky?
You know I am. You know I am. My brain is so full. I remember something when I have to, and it goes, and then I need it again. And then I'm like, when is P? And I think I've been, they've set up a new one. It's happened.
Oh, do you know what, Charles? This reminded me of, it's not school related, but when we were teenagers and I was starting to see this guy who, thinking back now, what was I thinking? But he was friends with your boyfriend.
Okay.
And he messaged me and I was so excited that he messaged me that I sent, I thought I'd sent you a message going, oh my God, he messaged me. Da, 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 da. And then I sent it back to him rather than sending it to Charles.
Oh my gosh.
And at that time you couldn't delete it. There was no getting it back. Once it had gone, it had gone. And I remember calling you, Charles, being like,
that? What was my advice then?
I can't remember. I'm so traumatized. I can't even think about it. But I had to send him a message being like, that obviously wasn't meant for you.
Yeah, it's for the other guy I'm dating. Yeah. Oh,
funnily enough, it didn't last.
No loss.
Clearly, I was too keen.
From you, okay.
No loss at all. No loss at all. So thank you so much, Anonymous, for that voice note. I would say we're with you.
With you.
Oh, yeah.
We love you and we want to be your friend because that's the kind of person we want.
And also start getting that slot for Christmas now, girl.
Yes. Prepare in September for December.
Absolutely.
No, don't. It's really upsetting me that all the Christmas stuff's out in the shops.
I know.
I love it.
It's like
I'm not ready.
Ignored
I'm not
Halloween
ready.
completely, straight to the Christmas, isn't it?
No, yeah, we do. Like, I've got my bunting up now, my autumnal bunting. You know,
I do love that you have a bunting selection for each.
Yes, I did.
I loved it when you had your Pride window up.
Yes.
Now you've got your autumnal window up.
Love is love.
Bang on
I've got my
theme.
autumnal window up. I'm loving it. And you know what happens in November? We celebrate Novembermas, the last Sunday of November, to get some decks out, have a roast.
Love that.
You're the Stacey Solomon of Shirehampton, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Or Stace. I love it. If you want to send in a funny anecdote or parenting problem that you might want some lighthearted, unqualified advice on, then please drop us a line at imnotjudgingbutpod@gmail.com or leave us a voice note with your name unless you want to stay anonymous. You can find the link for this on our Instagram bio at I'm Not Judging But Pod. And if you've been enjoying listening, maybe you'd like to see our lovely faces too, which you can do if you head over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel and like our videos, please.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you so much, Charlie and Vix. I love you guys.
You.
And we
love
will be
you.
back. We'll be back next Thursday with more of I'm Not Judging, but have a good week. Bye.
Bye.